Hey everybody, it's Lisa Loring, and it's actually the evening on August 5th. I'm just getting around to reading. I was going to read earlier, but I was at school. I had to make some phone calls, and now I'm ready to read. I did some yoga, I took care of myself. I hope you're taking care of yourself. That came up strongly in our reading yesterday. The Archangel Raphael card. And that unicorn that he was riding that looked really intense, like almost frantic. What kind of horse are you riding that's maybe got a hold of you? There's a card about detox, by the way, so go back and listen to that. And that red cloak, that those needs, those desires, those base, low vibrational needs and desires that tend to drive us. What are you riding that is so frantic? What's got you locked up? Here. Just took a shower. Well, let's do today's reading, all right? So we'll do the Giant Rider Waite. I'm kind of liking these. I actually should have read from I felt like I should have read from the Morgan Greer deck yesterday, and I was going to read from them today. I was like, no, I'm going to go back with these guys. Keep working with these. I really like the size of them, which are great. They're so crazy, right? This extra stuff away. Mm. And I've got a few other decks here. I've got the Butterfly Oracle card deck and the Mermaid from Doreen Virtue. Both of those are Doreen Virtue. And then Lucy Cavendish, the Fairy, Wild Wisdom of the Fairy Oracle card. There's that Four of Wands at the bottom again. That came out at the beginning of the weekly reading. Still there. We're looking for the Four of Wands. We're looking for stability. Right? Dear angels and archangels, Spirit, what other cards I'm going to be working with today? I'll come back and do a reading tomorrow, but today, what's the reading right now? What's the reading in the moment? What's the reading of the present? It's hard to be present right now, right? Feel that. Feel that totally. What is the reading in the present moment? What is the best energy that we can work with this evening, maybe into the morning? What are the energies that we have to work with that can help us be in our best and most divine and wise selves? And any energies that are untoward. Oh, I've got mine flipping already. Ooh, I'm in reverse. Are they all in reverse? I have them upside down now. Just checking. Four of Cups in reverse. Card of choices, decisions, passing up things that we don't want, but it's in reverse, so let's see what else comes out. So maybe we do know what we want. Maybe we're starting to figure that out. Or maybe we're turning our choices upside down and emptying them out so something else can come in. Something new and exciting, something completely innovative and different. Speaking of innovation, this is the card of Aquarius. Another naked lady. That was one of the things that really drew me in the World card, was how, when you start with the Fool, I brought that up. You start at the beginning, and then you're dressed with like a little bit of clothes, and then by the end you're naked, and you really don't care, and your needs are taken care of, and where your clothes come from are really not of a concern. You've gotten, you're in full kind of mastery. Again, this is getting closer to the end as well. This is so that the World card is the 20 card. It's the 21. This one is the 17th card. So we're getting, again, we're down to that place where we're not so worried about where our clothes are coming from. We know that our needs are met, and this is another card of magic. Like, we can create things from our own wishes. So again, what are you wishing? A card of innovation. Are we so? And again, I was thinking about how this is card. Like, what are we going to fill up those cards with? What are the wishes that we want to? We're going to empty out the cups and just start from scratch. Like, fuck these cups. Like, how can we start from scratch? What are we going to fill them up? We're going to empty them out so we can fill them up with the things that we really, really, really do want. That's a central part of the reading so far. I like it. What else do we have? What else do we have? Ooh, another upside down card, Three of Wands. Interesting. We're emptying everything out. We're turning the whole thing on its head. Is there another card that wants to come out on this? We're turning the whole thing out on our head. The journey that we thought we were on, which is kind of exciting or not, depending on how your perspective is, right? I don't know. What are we going to do with those? What we thought we were doing? Maybe not so much. Is there another card that wants to come out on this? I'm going to let the other cards speak. Yeah, I guess so. We'll take this one. And temperance. But we do need to, we're tempered in fire. At this point, we feel like we're forged in fire. And we actually do have the strength and the wisdom and the fortitude to be tempered in our behavior and our approach towards all of this, measured, right? Again, filling up. She's like, what are we filling up our cups with? Recognize that divine timing is at hand. Divinity. The sun's behind her. The sun is rising in the distance. We have these irises. I forget what irises are denoted. And she's got one foot in the water as well, as does the Sophia, as does our star woman, right? She's got one foot on land, one foot in the water, because these are cards of balance. These are cards of balance, of keeping one foot in and one foot out. Like, we're in, but we're not quite all the way in, but that's okay. That's where we create the measured responses to things. Like, we're not babies anymore. You know what I mean? This whole year has been about growing up since the beginning of the year. We're not quite decided. We're still, the jury is still out, kind of thing. So that's that one last card that came out, and then the bottom of the deck is the Six of Cups. So we have, we're reconsidering things, where there's a bit of sentimentality about things that we're drawing in. Oh, and the High Priestess in reverse. So yeah, things are still a little unknown. But there's an offering of peace here and an appreciation. Of where we've come from. So from these four cups, we are filling them up with these flowers, these lilies. And again, these stars, these cards, these are shaped like stars. We're putting all of our wishes into those cups. And there's not just four, there's actually 6. And we're going to move forward with our 6. I'm not sure where it's going to take us. Again, there's the High Priestess, very unknown. There is some reconciliation happening. We're reconciling ourselves. And there's definitely an effort. There's a recognition that there's a village, there's something that was built here. But we're very dressed up here. We're, even though they're being very generous, the 6 cards are usually, are cards of generosity or victory. Like, do you think the Six of Wands is the victory card? Six of Pentacles is a card of giving alms or receiving alms. The Six of Cups is receiving of emotion. It's actually, opening the doors to, but they're still very, very close. They're kind of bundled up. Like, they're not naked like these guys. They're not in their full vulnerability. So it's just it's a gesture. It's a gesture. It's a step in the right direction. That kind of thing. I like that. I like that a lot. I'm going to put the cards down so we put the angle down here so you can really just see the cards. Look at them a little bit more. Although I'm feeling the read without having to go too much further. I do want to look up the symbolism of, what was it? Oh, the irises. Those irises. What is the totem of iris? Irises are also symbolic of spring. That's a springtime flower. Those are bulb flowers. They come up in around like April and May. So, what was going on in April for you? That's something that's coming up for me. Are you going back to April? Maybe some decisions that were made in April? Good question. That are having a bearing on, again, your measured response. Yellow irises symbolize passion. She's definitely got, there's a lot of yellow going on here, but that's pretty much par for the course with the Rider-Waite deck. So there's a lot of solar plexus. Listen to your solar plexus. Listen to your, listen to your solar plexus. I know something. I sent somebody flowers in April. I felt really strongly about that. And those they're not really lilies. Maybe those are more like jasmine. That's interesting. So what's jasmine symbolism with the kids? Jasmine. Love, beauty, or sensuality. It's pure white blossoms. Yeah, these are stars. Those are totally jasmines. Like, see? I don't know if you can see. Oh, not crystals for sale. Ha ha ha. But you see those stars? Those are definitely jasmines. Okay? So those are jasmines. I don't know. Yeah, those are not lilies. Those are jasmines. Because the small, unassuming white flowers bloom at night with such a powerful scent, jasmine sometimes symbolize the value of modesty. Which makes sense with the kids, you know what I mean? Like, they're definitely in this kind of very modest, this is a very modest gesture towards reconciliation. It's a start. This is a healing card. This is definitely a healing card. So we've got a card of, again, the Four of Cups is usually a card of, I didn't want that. It's a passing up. Like, look at that, the way he's got his arms crossed. He's totally in denial and refusal. And he's, this is like, almost like, I look at this like Mercury, that little puff cloud, like it looks like Mercury. And Mercury is entering the sign of Leo. It actually entered the sign of Leo today. So our minds are on what our heart wants. And, because Leo is all about the heart. Leo's the heart chakra. And he's crossing his arms like he's kind of like not accepting it. But we're in reverse today. So you're either really entrenched in, you're really invested in you're not going to look at what's around you. You're not going to look at what's on offer. Because the Four of Cups is a card of what's on offer. There's something coming in from the divine that would you know, that's something, there's this gift being offered to you, but you're like, nah, 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 nah. You're being a spoiled brat. And you're being going to be tough about it. You're going to cross all up your legs. You're going to cross up your legs. You're going to cross up your arms. And you're going to not even look at it. This guy's looking down. You're going to be like that? Your choice. Or you can turn around and feel, like I said, or look at these cards as they're, you know, I'm going to empty out all of these cups. And I'm going to empty them out because I want to fill them up with my wishes. That's another perspective. That's another way to look at it. Because these wishes, you know, today's the day to make a wish. But again, do it in a measured way. We've got this Temperance card. Again, you know, that both of these characters are filling up their cards, filling up cups, or, you know, washing back and forth. This one is nourishing the land. She's filling up one jug and then she's pouring it onto the dry land. She's trying to bring something back to life. She's providing life. She's got something that she has to offer here. And she's stripped herself down in order to do it. She's going down to the most basic version of herself to understand what it is that she truly wants. What is it that you truly want? What is that one star in the middle? Can you go there? Can you even admit you want this? Or are you going to be, again, crossed all up? Pick. Or go for your dreams. Go for the goal. Dare to dream. Better yet, be so vulnerable that you will actually speak your dreams and you don't even care who's looking at you, other than the fact that you're not even wearing any clothes. Eventually, if you don't go for your dreams, you're going to end up looking like the emperor with no clothes. This isn't the time. We are no longer in the times where cloaking yourself up to the nines. Who does that even more? People, you know, we don't even do that anymore. Those times are over. Cloaking yourself up to the nines. This guy is on a journey, like in the reverse, in the upright. He's going on a journey. He's waiting to go on his journey. He's waiting for his ships to come in. In the reverse, he's not really sure that, you know, that whatever he planned on doing isn't happening. It's going to be different. So turn your plans upside down. Look at your passions from a different perspective. It's not that, you know, you're not going to get what you want, but you just might get more. But take a measured approach and understand that divine timing is involved here. Speak to spirit. You know, and yeah, it's okay to be 1 foot in and 1 foot out. It's to not quite be there yet, right? And that's this 3 of Wands card. Not quite there yet. Because now the whole thing is, we might have to start over. Is that okay? I think it is, especially if you're going to get what you want. But can you have the faith to know that there is divine timing behind you? Can you be patient? Can you look at what's on offer and turn it from 4 cups into 6? Okay, I'm going to leave it at that. Even though, yeah, we're dealing with the unknown. So we got a lot of water, so that makes me understand why I definitely wanted to work with the mermaids. I'll have to turn some light on. Turn a little light on. It's getting dark. Okay. Voila. Yeah, no wonder all that water. Even though the card of Aquarius isn't a water sign. It's actually an air sign. Some of these are still done. All right, so what do the mermaids and the dolphins have to say? Magical mermaids and dolphins. We got a lot of water, and the cups and cups. Our emotions, our love. And that temperance card, she's got wings. So she's like, it's like taking, so even though the temperance card is actually the 14th card of the major arcana, and the star card is further into the major arcana in 17, she's got wings. Can you, and this cup is coming in like wings. It's, Mercury is the winged messenger, the winged god. So this temperance card is kind of emulating, what are the messages that are coming in? Weigh the messages. Give yourself a chance to kind of like weigh the options. Those cups going back and forth. Oh, 2 came out. Divine magic. I don't know if you can see that. Divine magic. Again, the wings. See that? Divine timing, divine magic. I don't make this stuff. Extra magical energy surrounds your situation right now. Expect miracles. Just saying. And watch your thoughts. It's important to only think about what you desire, not what you fear. And that's really important right now. Do not be in a perspective of lack. Like this guy, he's lacking. He's like, nah, I don't have anything. He's closed off. Those kids, they're bundled up, and that makes them a little bit closed off. Although she's trying to take off her hat, but she's got gloves on. But he's kissing that Jasmine. Anyway, but yeah, it's important to only think about what you desire, not what you fear, and to not be obsessed on it. Once you obsess on it, that's kind of the same thing as fear. You're just obsessing on it because you're so worried you're not going to get it. So maybe that's why he's all locked up. I can't get what I want. Anyway, I'm going to leave it at that because it's getting dark. I'm losing my light. But I love you. And I'll come back tomorrow and do some more. Have a great night.